Good afternoon, Standard 8 students. Now, we have already come to know the prophecies given to Macbeth and Banquo by the three witches. Now, according to their reasoning, they found that the prophecies made by the three witches seems to be impossible or maybe unbelievable. Like the first one, the first witch had already told Macbeth that he will be the Thane of Glamis. So it is understood that he will be the Thane of Glamis because Sinon, his father, had died. So in place of him, it is obvious that the son will take over the title. But the Thane of Cawdor and becoming the king, this was something unbelievable because the Thane of Cawdor is still alive, and obviously King Duncan, one of the most loved king, was also very much alive. But yet the three witches prophesied that Macbeth will be the Thane of Cawdor, and then later on he'll become the king. And when the three witches prophesied Banquo's fate, they said that you will not be as powerful as Macbeth, but definitely you will be happier. Okay. Or you will be greater, and you will not be the king, but your sons will be the kings. Now, this was something very surprising because these two were reasoning it out. How was it possible? Because the Thane of Cawdor is a very nice gentleman and he is still alive. So, on what grounds will he be given the title of the Thane of Cawdor? And then becoming the king, that was also a big question mark that was playing in the mind because King Duncan is very much alive. And it is not possible, as long as he is alive, anyone else can become the king. Now, Banquo also was quite shocked. So these two were, so Macbeth knew the first one to be true. The second one looked a little unbelievable, and so was the third one. But Banquo also told, when he told Banquo, there's no need for you to feel upset, at least your sons will be the king. Though you will not become the king, but your sons will be. And then Banquo also mentioned that you shall also be the king. Now, to hold or to become the king, like it is only possible if King Duncan dies. But then King Duncan also has sons who will take over the kingdom. So the other two requests for Macbeth being the Thane of Cawdor and becoming a king, it had puzzled them and they were discussing it. How is it possible? Till we get two messengers who have come to greet Macbeth and Banquo while they were returning home. Halfway, midway, they started already referring to Macbeth as the Thane of Glamis. So that was not surprising because Macbeth knew that after his father he will get the title. But then further on, Angus and Ross explains that how King Duncan reacted when he came to know that Macbeth and Banquo, they were returning home after winning a good battle. And he went around praising them. And then they were told, now when you meet Macbeth, you refer to him as the Thane of Glamis as well as the Thane of Cawdor. So now that was still worrying Banquo and Macbeth because these two were still alive, like King Duncan and the Thane of Cawdor. So they were doubting the prophecies made by these underworld creatures. And they said, definitely it is their work. They are the ones who actually spread evil on earth. So they make very honest and good promises and make you feel, great. And when you try to achieve that greatness, then you are likely to commit a lot of mistakes. There will be a lot of trifles, arguments, and perhaps it may lead to murdering somebody. But that prophecy also cannot be overlooked, because both these generals, their future, the witches had mentioned a good future for them. So how could they allow or not trust the three witches when the first one turned out to be true? And so for Macbeth, the second one also turned out to be true. Now the greater one is still left to come. And what is the greater one? That is Macbeth becoming a king. And then the fear is there. Now Macbeth also knows that Banquo's sons will also become the king. So there can be a cold war or a dispute between Banquo and Macbeth. So Macbeth was over thrilled, and it was playing in his mind, because from a great general, now he is looking forward to become a king. And Banquo is trying to convince him that we should not fall into the hands of these witches and follow their prophecies accordingly. Because definitely it is going to lead to a major disaster. That is the work of these underworld. Okay. So, but something else was playing in Macbeth's mind. Like he is looking at himself as a king. And he is looking down at Banquo, because Banquo cannot be a king. And then when he dies, perhaps Banquo's children may become kings. But the argument over here is based on whether they should follow the prophecies made by the witches or let things come naturally. Like now they should not work, like Macbeth should not go all out to look at himself as the next king. And to be the next king means you have to wait for the death of King Duncan. And it is not so easy to kill King Duncan, because he was surrounded also by all his top generals, and he was a very good king by nature. Everyone loved him. So on no grounds any kind of bitterness or animosity could lead to Duncan's death, unless and until somebody, by a sudden attack, can murder him. So that is basically what till now we have learnt, that these two generals are very puzzled whether the third wish of the third witch will come out to be true, and will we be seeing Macbeth as the next king. But remember, Banquo kept warning him that these creatures of the underworld, they lead us to do a lot of wrong, forces us to do or to commit some crime. So that is basically what the story is all about. How, whether the third prophecy of the third witch for Macbeth, whether that will be true or not, and we shall see further up in the lesson. Thank you.